Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be trying to find a 5-star rate. I haven't vlogged in a while. This is hard. I've seen a bunch of these videos go around. I love watching them and I think I need to do it today. So I'm going to vlog my reading for however long it takes until I find a 5-star book. And the reason I'm doing this is because this year I've been, especially like the past few months, I've had a bit of a reading slump, if you will. Like, I've been reading, but they are all rereads. And the only books that I have given 5 stars since March, have been Sarah J Maas books, because that's all I've been reading for the past couple of months. And I'm having a blast. Like, I'm having so much fun reading them, but like, I'm ready for something else, like something new that I'm gonna love. So I thought, why not? I will do this video to try and find something new that I love. The only things I really feel like reading at the moment is mostly romance, to be honest. So I do have a little bit of a TBR for this video that I'm gonna show you that I'm hoping are 5-star reads. We'll have to see. I don't know whether this video is going to be one book long or several books long. Like, this video could go for ages or it could be really quick. I have no idea. So these are the books that I am going to be considering for this video. So the first book I have been seeing around on like BookTube and TikTok, and a friend of mine has recently read this and she absolutely loved it. So I ended up picking it up, and that is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. Then I have Only When It's Us by Chloe Leese. This series came up in a post about like autism in romances, and I feel like you don't really see that. Like, the only one I've heard of that has that is Helen Huang, and so I decided to pick it up. I don't think this one features that representation, but this is the first book. I think it's like the Bergman brothers or something, and there's like 6 or 7 books in this series. So I picked up the first one just to like see how I feel about it, but I'm really excited. And then one of the books that I got for my birthday recently, I picked up Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This one is a ice skating romance, and I just heard this one is really fun and cute. So this one has been on my radar for a while. It was getting lots of hype ages ago, but possibly reading this one, who knows. We'll just have to like see where my mood takes me, honestly. And then we have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I definitely want to get to this one because I've read some of Lucy Score's other books and I absolutely love her writing. I think she's so much fun. And the third book in this sort of series comes out in September, so I'm getting onto that. I'm really excited to pick this one up. And then the other 2 options that I really want to get to as well is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. And then I've got Magnolia Parks, which I was unsure about this for the longest time, but the more I hear about it, I don't think this one is a romance specifically. I'm pretty sure this one is more like a toxic drama, like friendship group kind of series that just features a romance. But apparently it's like very like Gossip Girl vibes. So this is my TBR for this video. Like I said, I don't actually know if I'm gonna get to all of these, because I might find a 5-star read in the first like 1 or 2 books, hopefully. But if not, this is where I'm leaning towards at the moment. But also, I'm a mood reader, so it's prone to change. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm gonna start reading, I don't know. Maybe I'll do an Instagram vote. I'm gonna do an Instagram poll. I have waited a little bit. I put up the poll on Instagram. So far, Icebreaker is winning, and I think I'm just gonna start it. It's only been like an hour since I did the poll, but I'm really excited about this, and I do really want to get a start on my reading for this vlog. So I'm just gonna start this and just see how I feel. Also, I am so dumb, because while I was sorting out my TBR for the month of August, I really want to read these 2, and I'm pretty sure these are going to be 5-star reads for me. But like, am I going to I don't know. These are also, I guess, in my TBR now for this video. But really, I'm going to get into this one. I'm going to make a cup of tea, get cozy, and maybe edit a little bit later, but you don't need to know about that. But I will let you know my thoughts and feelings when I get a little bit into this. Hi, so it's been about a day I think since my last update. Also, like, excuse my hair, I brushed it after work today, but it's not looking great. With this book, I'm having fun so far. I don't know if it's like a 5-star feeling yet. I am 110 pages in. So the main two people, Anastasia and Nate. Is it Anastasia or is it Anastasia? I don't know. I wasn't expecting it with this, but it's definitely like reverse grumpy sunshine. Like, the main guy has really big golden retriever energy. Like, he's really nice, and Anastasia is I'm gonna say Anastasia. I feel less weird saying that. Anastasia is sort of like grumpy, but also I kind of don't blame her for being grumpy. One of the guys in this, Anastasia's training partner, is a real asshole. Like, he's not nice at all. So there is a little bit of possessiveness in here. Like I was thinking before, I really like with Nate how transparent he seems to be with his emotions and his feelings, and like just how nice he is in general. And then there was like a little snippet where he was feeling a bit possessive, which, like, I don't know if that's put me off. Like, it hasn't put me off yet because it was only like a scene, but I'm hoping it doesn't get worse than that, because I'm personally not a huge fan of it. Like, I don't mind a little bit in romance books, but I'm not a huge fan of like the possessive guy or like the possessive trope. So we'll see how it goes. No, I'm not gonna say anything because it's spoilers, but like, there is something happening like 100 pages in right now, and I was like, surely it's not gonna happen right now, but it's happening right now. They're in an Uber. If you've read this book, you know, but like, they're in an Uber. I am 246 pages into Icebreaker. I'm really enjoying it so far. The first half, I was kind of like a little bit, like, I wasn't bored. I was still enjoying it, but like, I wasn't obsessed, and I kind of like wasn't addicted. But now I'm addicted. Now all I'm thinking about is Nate and Anastasia. I think the conflict in this book is not going to be like a miscommunication conflict, which is really nice, because I feel like that's always sort of a little bit predictable. And like, I do enjoy books that have the miscommunication trope, but like, it's kind of annoying to read about. I am just over halfway, so I've got like a decent amount to go. And there hasn't been like any like inklings of like a breakup or anything. I just love reading about these two together. I love seeing them interact. I love Anastasia as a character. Like, she's grumpy, but like, I love her, and like, I get it. And Nathan, honestly, like, I love him as a love interest. He is so sweet. He's so understanding. He genuinely cares so much. Like, he's really genuine as well. Like, he's just such a good guy, and I adore him. Also, I forgot to say, the reason I turned on the camera now is just because this book is like making me laugh out loud. Like, I am I'm giggling, I'm kicking my feet. Like, it's so funny, and all of their interactions are so like genuine and seem so real as well. Like, even the banter between like the friends, like Anastasia and her friends, and the boys like on the hockey team, like it seems like it's written so well. Like, they seem like real conversations. Hello everybody, so I finished Icebreaker. So I think I'm leaning towards like a 4, almost 4.5 star read for this one, because I did really enjoy this for the most part, but the ending, I had like an epilogue, which I kind of just wish didn't exist. Like, I'm happy for the main couple, but also like I don't care. So I wasn't a huge fan of the very last chapter, but the rest of it I really enjoyed. I do want to mention as well with this book, there is a lot of talk of disordered eating, because that is something that the main character is struggling with herself. So just keep that one in mind. But like, overall, I really enjoyed it. The first part was like a little bit slow to get into, like I said before, but like, it was so much fun. If you're looking for a romance that doesn't have a 3rd act breakup, read this one. This one doesn't have a 3rd act breakup, and it has other things that are the main conflict of the story. But for my next book, I don't know where to start. Like, on one hand, I really want to read Fourth Wing, but I'm currently like in the middle of reading Throne of Glass as well, so I don't want to like read 2 fantasy books at the same time. I don't like reading multiple fantasies at the same time, and I'm not reading Throne of Glass for this vlog either. Like, Throne of Glass, the first book, is a solid 3-star read for me. I'm just rereading the whole series, so like, just don't worry about that. But I'm trying to decide between Magnolia Parks or Lucy Score's book. Honestly, I'm kind of in the mood to continue like a contemporary romance sort of vibe. I'll let you know how I go. I'm leaning towards this one because like, it's a longer book, and I'm just like, I'm really excited about reading another Lucy Score book, and like, her other books that I've read have been 5 stars for me, so like, maybe this one will be as well. We'll have to see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna read this one. I'm in the mood for a slow burn. I'm in the mood for like a small town romance. I guess I'm gonna pick this one up. I'm gonna charge my camera as well. We're ordering pizza tonight. I'm gonna sit down, read this, wait for the pizza to be delivered, and I'll let you know my thoughts. Hello, it has been a little while since I've done an update. Today I woke up, did a bit of reading, so I did get some reading in today, and then I cleaned for a few hours, then I went out for lunch, and then I basically just spent the rest of my afternoon and evening editing videos for my other channel, and then I went and saw Barbie for the second time. So I've had a real busy day, so I haven't had time to continue with things we never got over yet. But I also haven't given you an update for this, and I am 148 pages in. This is basically about a girl who ends up kind of accidentally living in this small town because she gets tricked by her evil twin, if you will. She gets tricked by her twin sister, who is asking to borrow money, but then her twin sister ends up stealing her car and stealing all of her stuff as well that she left at the hotel she was staying at. Ends up abandoning her child, and like the sister in this book has to look after her niece that she didn't know she had. And she's just like a generally really horrible person. And so the main character in this, Naomi, kind of has to sort of pick up all of the pieces. And she's also runaway bride as well, which I don't know why. Yeah, I have a feeling that it was just like kind of not a great relationship before. But then she ends up meeting a guy named Knox, who is super grumpy. Like, he is so grumpy. And thankfully by this point I am starting to warm up to Knox. At first I didn't really like him. I thought he was a little bit cringe, very like immature, and I don't know, like, I grew up in a smallish town and I've been in a lot of small towns in my life, and this is very much like those vibes. And on one hand, I'm like, this is very nostalgic and it feels very real to me. I don't know what an American small town sort of feeling is like, but it feels very true to my experiences of living in small towns anyway. But on the other hand, I'm kind of like, I kind of hate it, because like some parts of the small town life I kind of don't enjoy. But also on the other hand, like the sense of community that you get to read about in here in Knock 'Em Out is so, it's so true to life. Like, it does feel very real, and I do enjoy the way it's written, and I like the side characters so far as well. While the relationship in here is taking a little bit to get into, because this is like a true slow burn, I'm still loving it. Like, it is so entertaining, and all of the extra characters and the small town vibes and everything is just so entertaining and so easy to read. And like I said before, there is a kid in this book who she ends up looking after. She's like 11 years old or something, and I haven't read too many books that have kids in them, but I don't mind it in this book. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I would like it at all, but I'm not mad about it. In fact, I really like the kid as a character, and I also feel sort of bad for her. Like, she's had a rough life because of her really awful mother, but I think it's gonna make a interesting dynamic between Knox and Naomi as well. I don't know whether this is gonna be a 5-star read yet. Like, this is still early stages, but so far it's positive. Like, it's feeling good. I am basically halfway through. There was this part, oh my god, I've actually read quite a bit since then. Oh my god, it made me like tear up for some reason, and it sounds so ridiculous because like I don't have kids, but I did grow up with a single mother, and this just kind of like tugged on my heartstrings a little bit. And this is from the point of view of Knox, and there's just like one little quote where he's like talking about like everything that Naomi has recently gone through, and like how much hard work she's putting into Waylay and just like trying to survive. And it says, single mums were the world's unsung fucking heroes. And tell me why I teared up at that. Like, I don't know, I wasn't expecting it, but like that hit me a little bit because it's so true. And like every single like single parent and single mum I know, like, who's just gone through so much, just, it's not exactly the same as this, because like Naomi has a lot of luck in this. I mean, after the really bad luck at the very beginning, like after that she, you know, falls into a lot of lucky situations after her really unlucky situation. And, you know, a lot of people are very generous to her and are willing to help her out, and I wish that was how it was in real life, but it's not necessarily. But also, in saying that, I do really love, again, how it shows how like a small town community is willing to sort of help out and pitch in when they're able to and when they can. And I think it's doing a really good job of that. Like, I really appreciate seeing it. On one hand, there are a lot of scenes where I'm like, okay, yeah, like the grumpy hero of this book I can get on board with, like I don't mind it. But like there are some other aspects where I'm like, I don't dislike it, think it's a little bit like off-putting or like weird. So I'm not fully on board with Knox yet, which is a shame, but I am only halfway through, so I could very well love him by the end. I think tonight I'm not going to be doing any editing or filming or anything like that apart from for this vlog. I'm going to leave it there and I'll see you very soon. You're such a beautiful boy. Yes. Purr. So I finished Things We Never Got Over, and it's not a 5-star read, which sucks, but I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. For the end of this book, I was really like, I really thought I was going to end up rating this like a 3.5 or a 3.75, but then the ending happened. And I've seen some reviews now where some people weren't a huge fan of the ending. Sorry, both of my batteries are dead, so this is gonna have to be a really quick clip. But tonally, the end was very different to, I feel like, the rest of the book, but I loved it. I had so much fun reading the end. I cried a little bit, I was super scared, and it was just like, it was so good and it had me absolutely hooked. So yeah, for a while there I was bouncing back and forth between ratings, but I have settled on a solid 4-star read, and yeah, I really enjoyed it overall. Like, I think it's well worth the read, especially if you like slow burn and don't mind a longer romance. I'm gonna quickly try and let you know that I am about to start Fourth Wing. I'm really excited for it. I'm hoping it's a 5-star read, and my battery is about to die, so I'm gonna charge both of them, but I'll see you in a minute. Hi, so I've started Fourth Wing. I think the last time I talked to you, I was in a hurry because my camera was literally flashing at me and both of my batteries weren't charged. It's been a little while. Also, like, please ignore the background. This is my pile of books that like I need to sell or donate and stuff like that. So at the moment it's just a big pile on my floor, so please ignore that. But I am only, how many pages? 46 pages into Fourth Wing, but I'm already obsessed. I'm only 46 pages into this, but I am already obsessed with it, and like nothing has happened. But I literally had a dream about this book last night. So one thing about me is that if I am really into a book, or if I'm really enjoying a book or the world, I will either just dream about the world and, you know, have interactions in like the book world in my dreams, or I will dream that I am like physically reading the book. But like, I had a dream about the Fourth Wing world, and that's only 40 pages worth of world. Like, that's nothing. Absolutely nothing. So like, I already have a good feeling about this. I'm going to continue more later on tonight. It is the afternoon now, but like today I've just felt so crappy. Like, I don't know why. Like, I feel like my skin looks worse than usual. You can't really see it in the camera, but like, I feel like my skin looks worse. Like, I'm really like exhausted, but like not sleepy exhausted, just like a bone dead tired exhausted. But as bad as I feel, I do also really need to get some editing done. I still want to get it done. It's just that I feel like I have no energy for it at the moment, but I know that once I get back into the swing of it, it'll be okay. I'll let you know how it goes. And I know this isn't really much of a reading update, but I just kind of wanted to sit you down and let you know where my head is at the moment. I'm gonna leave it there. I will update you soon. Yeah. So I am up to page 70, still not very far into it, but can I just say how much I don't like Dane so far? Like, I really hope he doesn't turn out to be the love interest. I feel like he's not going to be, but like, Dane is so annoying. Like, he's so possessive, and like I know that they were like childhood friends, but it's giving like Gale from the Hunger Games, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, I don't know, he just gives me the ick a little bit. I just filmed a couple of videos for my other channel, so I feel a little bit good about that, and so I'm just gonna allow myself to like sit down and read as much of this as I possibly can. I was gonna update you yesterday, but I just ran out of time. I am now 172 pages into Fourth Wing. I'm obsessed. Like, I am fully on board with the hype train. It is so much fun. It's really easy to read. It's so addictive. Like, this is just giving me like the same feeling as like when I first got into like YA fantasy. Now this isn't YA, but like just how easy this is to read and like how fast paced it is. It's so much fun, and like we've seen like the dragons now because this features dragons, so I've just gotten up to the part with the dragons, and like I'm so excited to continue. All I've been thinking about all day at work is reading this book. I don't know where the story is going at this point, but I also don't really care, and I'm just like really interested and invested in the characters and just like the world as well. Like, the world is amazingly done. I am full-blown addicted and I don't want to put it down. Like, I was gonna go out tonight but I think maybe I won't. I think I might sit down and read instead because it's all I want to do. So if you read this, page 177, I'm not gonna say anything else, but like I was thinking maybe, but I literally can't talk about this without spoiling, but oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What was this? I can't with this. Oh, I love this. This is so exciting. Can I just say I'm so glad I was right about Dane. I still don't like him, and I'm not even halfway through, but he's so annoying. So I have almost finished Fourth Wing. I am up to page 400. I'm up to page 400 exactly. It's still so action-packed. We've gotten to sort of like the relationship of the book as well, like the romance aspect, which like I knew it was coming, but it was still really fun to read, and I love the love interest so much. I get so giddy reading this, and all I want to do is finish this book. Also, if you're wondering why I sound a little bit funny, I apparently have allergies today for some reason, and I've not been able to stop sneezing, and my head really hurts. So we're meant to be going out for dinner and like a little bit of book shopping tonight. I feel like garbage at the moment, but I still want to go out and have a browse and have some fun, so I think it's gonna be good. But after dinner and after book browsing, I'm going to just come home and finish this because I'm like so close to finishing. So I'm gonna head out soon, but I wanted to give you another update. Like, I feel like all I'm saying about this book is how much I love it, but I truly love it so much. Like, I have out loud reactions to this book, and I wish I was filming when, like this morning when I was in bed reading, because I was like gasping, I was laughing out loud, like I was getting like visibly angry, and it's just making me feel so many things, and it's just a really, really fun time. And also another thing that I've been thinking about since like almost finishing this is that I think Violet kind of represents chronic illness, because throughout this entire book she has really struggled. Like, she works really hard, and she works harder than like basically anyone, but because her body is weaker and like consistently weaker throughout the book as well, it like affects her. And I just think that's really like interesting and cool to see as well. I won't go into too much detail because spoilers, but there are certain like accommodations as well as difficulties and everything and challenges that I feel like are brought up because of that, and that would represent chronic illness, and I just think it's really cool. I am getting slower and slower at reading because I'm getting more and more tired. It is midnight at the moment, but I'm gonna try and finish this, and I'm curious to see where it goes. But I love this book, and I love the characters, and I love the dragons, and I love the writing. It's just really easy to read, and it's so much fun. I finished it. I had like a feeling like halfway through the book, but I'm like, nah, that won't happen. And then it happened, but I still wasn't expecting it. Oh my god, the ending, literally, you probably saw me cry. The ending made me cry. And now I'm smiling, and now I just, so much happened. So much happened. That was a 5 out of 5 stars, easily. That was really good. Like, it's a cliffhanger ending, but I'm not super mad about it. It's not as bad as I was expecting. So if you somehow hadn't read this already, like I have, this is a cliffhanger ending, but it's not as bad as I've read in the past. But it is still a pretty bad cliffhanger, if I'm being honest. But honestly, like, if you haven't read this, I would really recommend it for people who haven't read a lot of fantasy, because it's very, very easy to understand fantasy and like easy to get into. Or even if you just want like a fast-paced, like quick read with sort of like a easier to understand world and everything, I think this would be really good. But honestly, like, I've read like more complex high fantasy as well, and I had as much fun with this as I have with others. Like, this is like 5 stars just because of like the fun time I had and like the joy that it brought me. But I guess I'll see you next time for another video. If you have any thoughts or anything, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Let me know what you thought of Fourth Wing. Try not to leave spoilers in the comments, but like, let me know whether you loved it or not, or like whether you're in the camp that like didn't like it. Like, I'm really curious, because I feel like with a book as hyped as this one, like there's a real kind of divide, and people will either love it or hate it. So let me know which camp you're in, because I'm very curious to see. I'll leave all of my socials down in the description box below as well. I've got another YouTube channel, and I've got Twitter and Instagram as well if you want to check those out. But yes, I will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.